It's like that TikTok video you showed me where like you let all your air out and then try to scream.
I want to try it. Hold on. Oh, you can't laugh after you're out of breath.
That's so funny.
You try. That was stupid.
Hello and welcome to Hardly Working, the podcast about life, love, and labor hosted by the couple that works, plays, and stays together. I have a muffin this morning that I'm very excited about, and I'm Kelly.
And I'm Chip Gaines, joined side by side with my wife, Joanna Gaines, because what we do now is flip houses. That's it. That's all we do is spend all of our time not flipping just any houses, just our condo. There's nothing new to report. We've done nothing except build. It is only houses all the time.
Yeah, but I feel pretty confident that I could flip a house at this point.
Yeah, especially if there wasn't a bunch of furniture in it.
I've changed 2 light fixtures.
That's true. We now have a third electrician in the Sweeney clan.
It's me, but I only can do light fixtures right now. I'm learning how to change out plugs later this week.
I was like, is that insulting to Ryan and your dad who had to go to trade school? And then you're just like, I do this for fun.
I mean, they kind of took me to my own kind of trade school.
The trade school of hard knocks.
Although my brother this morning told me, he's like, you're the only one in your family allowed to do electrical work though, because SP's colorblind.
I am
And he
colorblind.
really hurt himself.
Really? Are there a lot of colors?
Well, I said that. I said, aren't all the colors just white and black? 'Cause that's what they've been thus far. And
Yeah.
the ground, which is copper.
They're all white and black to me. So
Yeah, I
I'm
know. But
tracking
he was
so
like,
far.
yeah, like the new ones. But the old ones have green, sometimes red, sometimes there's low voltage. And I was like, yeah, he definitely can't.
What
He
is,
definitely can.
is it red, green, low voltage?
Well,
is that like a word or a color?
It's a word, but he's saying that might mean a different color, maybe. Like
Yeah, because so
blue.
far you've described most of the colors of a street light, which makes me wonder, should I be driving?
Yeah, because the street lights are in the same position every time. And you can tell when a light's on.
That's true. Unless when I lived in Oklahoma, they had horizontal street lights
hate
instead
those.
of vertical, and that was a little confusing. That was not
How many
great
red
for
lights
me.
did you run? I guess you wouldn't know.
Who knows? I just knew that if it was in the center, I needed to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones,
Who knows?
who knows? Just up to my discretion, as they
Thanks for
say.
Let him eat my muffin this morning.
You're welcome.
It's a Porto's muffin, guys. It's the best muffins out there.
Is the Porto's muffin the best muffin?
Mimi's has pretty good muffins.
That when
I
I,
don't know
met
that Mimi's
you,
exists anymore.
yeah, when I met you, you were like the Mimi's blueberry muffin.
It's
That's
not blueberry.
no, it was chocolate chip.
No.
It definitely was coffee cake,
It's
banana
something like
nuts,
that. There's like a coffee cake one, but I can't remember what it is. But
toffee
it's
something maybe.
No.
Either way,
I guess we'll just have to go and find out, huh?
we'll have to see if they exist. Did we talk about that last week? All the shows or the shows, the restaurants that are closing. Mimi's wasn't on that list.
thank God.
Probably because they're already closed. Let's just be honest.
Why would you say such a thing?
Because in this economy,
In this economy? You're so
oh,
funny.
is it not?
Is it not?
Girlfriend, you gotta pick up that.
I watched it fall.
No, what
I
are they
asked you
called?
for
Chocolate
cutlery.
chips. I truly
It is a chocolate chip
lost the
muffin.
word of chocolate chips.
None of those chocolatey things.
Those chocolate pyramids.
All right. What are we doing today, McGillicuddy?
We're having a great time is what we're doing today. Truly, there's not too much to catch up on because we have just been working on the house.
We built a new bed.
Built
some bed frames, or bed frames.
headboard.
We built some side tables.
All of the floors are finished.
We got
thanks
rid of
to your
Brooklyn's-
dad and brother.
Yep.
Ryan.
We got rid of Brooklyn's loft bed because we hated it,
We got rid of that for a lot of reasons.
but mostly because we hated it
It was too big, too tall.
and too small at the same time.
Yeah, very weird dynamic.
Oh,
We
built a new TV stand that I love.
It's very cool. It's very swanky, very kind of 70s looking. We bought 17 12-foot baseboards and painted them all. And we're going to chop those up, put them where baseboards go.
We bought a new refrigerator,
We did buy a fridge.
which I may have already said. I don't know, but I really love it. Who knew? Adulting.
Who knew? Just spending reckless amounts of money.
But let me just tell you, there is something about buying a new refrigerator. I'm like, I feel old because I'm like, I love it. Like, I'm so excited about my new refrigerator.
You know what I love? Some people call them refrigerators. Some people call them
Refrigerators?
fridges. And then there's you who calls it a refrigerator. I just love having a refrigerator.
A refrigerator.
A refrigerator.
Close enough.
Close enough. Yep. So that's been what's going on in our life. Truly not much to report. We got a couple more weeks of school with B, and then we are in summer, baby.
And back in our home, hopefully, baby.
I'm excited about. Brooklyn is now, she's really pumped about getting back in the house, kind of emotional about being out of the house. But before we get to that, and actually there's not much to get to. So as a transition from that, I would say I'm really excited about summer. Last year, summer was the best time I've had in a long time. Mm-hmm. And while I don't think it will be like that, I'm really looking forward to it. I turned down a gig that would have been like 2 months long. Yeah. But would have required multiple days a week, all day to be away. Yep. And it was one of those things where I was like, it was good money, but my kid would just have a summer without her dad.
With me.
Which is cool that she's with you, but like I don't want to give up any of my summertime with Brooklyn if I don't have to. Not for that long. So it was a weird like choice. Usually I wouldn't turn down a gig, but 2 months is a long time. And it's not like I was shooting a TV show or something for 2 months where you're like, hey, we're putting in some work now. Yeah. But I'm really, really looking forward to summer. I got my summer body ready in the sense that it will be summer and I have a body. So I'm pumped about that. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. You looking forward to the summer?
Yeah. I'm working on my summer bod right now, eating my chocolate chip muffin. No, I'm putting it here because I'm going to eat some later. I am excited about summer. I'm excited about summer because I know that it means that we'll go back to your mom's house to go swimming, which will be good, I think, for her. And the pupper, who's going to miss us.
We'll go back to the house that we've been living in.
Just for swimming.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good time. Brooklyn has been dying to swim for like a month and a half.
She did go swimming like
did
2 weeks ago. Remember?
Oh, not with me.
Oh, yeah, with you. You were the one who was like, I'm not going to get him with you, but you can go in the water.
And she did that? Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
It was the same day she also thought she could go next door to the neighbor's house and go swimming. And I was like, no.
I do remember that whole bamboozle or whatever you'd call that.
We were cleaning out like all the stuff. We were like putting the seats back and putting the fire pit up and all the things in your mom's backyard. And she was like, can I just get in the pool?
Like everything.
And I was like, I don't know. And you were like, yeah, go for it, kid. And she did.
Yeah, I'm a cool dad. I love being a dad.
I thought it was too cold.
And it probably was. Anyway, let's transition away from all of our not so exciting stuff.
Nonsense.
Yeah. When we started the show, it was like, there's so much happening. Let's tell the world. And this is the first time it's been like finally a chill season. And I'm excited about that. We need a little bit of a break. Yeah. But you know what we don't need a break from? Stories and unpopular opinions.
Never.
Never speaking of transitions, when we were working on the house, you did forget to get Ryan his venti ice water from Starbucks.
I got it.
That was a sore spot for him.
Yeah, I thought he was kidding with me when I asked him when I asked him if he wanted anything from Starbucks. He was like, just a venti ice water. And I was like, he must be joking. And so I didn't ask for it when I drove through. And then he was pretty upset with me.
But
I was like, I have water.
Try to make it up to him.
I went back to Starbucks later that day and we went to the grocery store, but then I got him a venti ice to Starbucks and I gave it to him just as he was leaving. And I was like, look, for your drive home. And then I sent you out to get Starbucks a couple days after that.
Yes. But you got him a little treat to try to make it up to him.
Oh yeah. I got him peanut butter M&Ms. His favorite.
I don't think he's had a single one of.
He has.
Has he?
Uh-huh.
Good.
And the peanut M&Ms as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Speaking of house to M&Ms, M&Ms to transitions, M&Ms is releasing a new flavor.
Goodness, he just wanted me to get to M&Ms.
I know, and boy, you give me the whole story.
Well, I didn't know that okay.
Also,
they're releasing a new flavor.
You have to do this. There's a lot going on the other side. I know you just put whatever that lip stuff is. Is
that better?
Yeah. For a second, it was a little bit like. I
was just trying to make my lips fuller.
You did. All the way down to the chin.
Hey.
All right, so.
There's a new M&M flavor?
Yep, it is milk chocolate pumpkin pie.
Isn't that just like a seasonal fall flavor?
No.
Can I go buy it right now?
End of story.
End of story, period.
Okay. I don't know when you can do it, when you can buy it, or how you can find it.
I'm gonna.
It obviously sounds like a fall flavor.
Duh.
The reason I bring it up, though, is 1, M&Ms are delicious. 2, we just had some M&Ms. And 3, it got me thinking, what other M&M flavors don't we know about?
Did you bring any?
I brought some information. But
Okay.
no, I did not bring any for you here, so I'm
Okay.
very sorry about that.
That's okay.
All right, but
I just like to try while you talk, so I can be like, yeah, that really does taste like it, or like, no.
well, what I can do is, well, I'm gonna ask you real or fake M&M flavors.
Got it.
So it wouldn't work if I was like,
It would if you were like, it's real and here it is.
oh, that would be cool. I thought you were like, I'd give you a real one. You'd be like, that's delicious and it's real. And then I give you one that looks like a messed up oval because I made it myself out of
I didn't know if it was
berries
real. I
and
didn't know what
dreams.
game we were playing.
I know, because I try to put the show together to surprise you. The show is as much a surprise to you as
Hey,
it is to anyone listening.
I'm here for it. I'm gonna react. I'm gonna be in it with you.
Yeah, you are. Okay, real or fake flavor? M&M's edition.
Wait, is the first one that you told me a real M&M
It
flavor?
is, yes.
Okay. I
Which
was like,
caused me to get into this.
Got it. Okay.
First, key lime pie M&Ms.
That's real.
Real or fake?
It's
a
real.
key lime flavored white chocolate studded with graham cracker bits. Oh my pie.
it is.
It's fake.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
There's 100. Never mind.
It does look awesome though.
I really feel
Doesn't
like
that
I've
look
seen
cute?
that. It is
Look,
cute.
if I'm wrong, that's all I got. Next one. Pumpkin spice latte. Your favorite candy just went full on basic. We bet Miss Brown's rocking Uggs here too.
That's fake.
It is real.
The description made it sound fake. I was like, did you come up with that?
No, I'm just reading the
I
descriptions.
mean, you have a picture of the other one too, so the picture doesn't mean anything to me.
Fine,
'cause
then
the
I'll stop showing you the photo.
I do want to see them, but I'm also like, someone really went to work on the
Yeah, they
first
did.
one because it looks real. Okay, I think it's weird that they have a pumpkin spice latte and now a pumpkin pie one. Is it not?
yeah.
Is it not
Oh,
the
here
same
we
thing?
go.
It's the same thing, is it not?
We're gonna argue about this.
No.
Next flavor, birthday cake. Hey, isn't
That's
true
real.
birthday cake more funfetti inspired?
If Oreos has done it, I feel like M&M's has done it.
You're right.
Yeah.
They have done it. It's real.
Yeah.
How about this one? Frappuccino M&Ms.
No,
You voted. M&Ms answered, or did they?
no.
It is fake.
Yeah,
Why not though?
because Frappuccino, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be called Frappuccino because I think that that's trademarked by Starbucks. It'd be called like a frappe or something,
So
unless it was partnered with Starbucks. Not a sponsor, but you could be.
interesting that you'd say that. We'll get back to the frappes later. But I didn't know, is Frappuccino a Starbucks word?
It is.
If you go into like a coffee bean, you're like, can I get a Frappuccino? They'll just like,
they normally call it a
smack
frappe
ya.
if you go somewhere else,
I thought that was like some made up McDonald's word. A frappe.
or a frap because they can call it a frap because everyone knows that a frap is a frappuccino. That the more you say that word, the more it sounds bad or
Frap.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Frap. It's a frap.
But frappe really feels like
Frappe
someone just attached an E to something to make it sound fancy.
with a accent.
Accento, whatever. Next one, cafe mocha.
That is real.
If you break them open very carefully, you can see leaf-shaped latte art swirled
No.
into every chocolate.
That's fake.
That description's fake, but the product
It
is
is real,
real.
yeah.
Cafe mocha, it exists. So cafe mocha, you're like, yes, but frappuccino, no, only because you
Of
think
the
it's
name.
trademarked.
Yes.
How about this one? Coffee nut. Wait, what? We've been burned before. Could this be real?
No.
Coffee nut M&Ms.
No.
It is real.
It is disgusting.
It does. Well, it honestly just looks like a peanut M&M, but I guess maybe there's some coffee flavor.
Yeah, I just thought it was a coffee nut or coffee bean.
Oh my gosh!
I was like,
but have you
gross.
ever had those? Have you ever had dark chocolate covered espresso beans? I really nailed it. I almost called it a Nespresso bean.
That's trademark too. No, I don't know.
You've never had a chocolate covered?
I probably have. I don't know that I like that flavor.
It's a little intense,
Yeah.
but it's kind of nice. I forgot where I've had them before.
All right, so coffee nut.
All right, I'll give you
You're
a couple
coffee
more.
nut. Sorry,
Pancakes, M&Ms for breakfast. We could get behind
I
that.
think that's fake.
It is fake. I think I'd
That's
be
a hard
interested.
flavor.
It is tricky because what are you going to do? More of a maple syrupy kind of thing, right? Oh, it's like the brunch in a jar all over again.
But I don't. But you have to figure out the pancake. I don't know if they could.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. Nostalgia overload. Did M&M really combine your favorite childhood sandwich masquerading as dessert with your favorite actual dessert? How about a fluffernutter M&M?
Nah,
So, do you know what a fluffernutter is?
it's a type of cookie, is it not?
I think it's
Is it
a
not?
peanut butter marshmallow dealie. Yeah, it's a cookie,
Okay.
but it is fake.
Yeah. Anything that is trademark, anything that's like that, I'm automatically
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Think about like an Oreo Pop-Tart. Did I just blow your mind?
No, but
Oh.
They don't call it an Oreo Pop-Tart. It's called cookies and cream.
That's true. Bad example.
And some things, yes, there are some things that are like that for sure, but I think they have to be within the same brand. Because I think they've done like Reese's Oreos, maybe.
Reese's Oreos. It's possible.
But that feels...
What about Peeps cereal? That's still not it. I'm getting closer though.
Yeah.
We saw that at Target, so it's on my mind. You ready for the next one? Following that hallowed Easter tradition of eating ice cream sundaes in your Sunday best, that's a thing, right? How about Easter Sunday M&Ms, white center surrounded by milk chocolate?
I mean, the idea of it sounds right.
And it looks like I've seen M&Ms in those pastel
I'm gonna
colors,
say yes,
right?
but I don't know.
It is real. Yeah, it's real.
It's very weird.
Yeah, you know, when
So you don't need to call it Easter Sunday. You can just call it a Sunday, but they probably have another one that's also a Sunday, and they just capitalized on Easter.
that is true. Well,
All those Christians out there going, Easter Sunday.
well, it's
We
a great
can get
idea.
those M&Ms.
But you put them in, you
In
know,
the
your
Easter
Easter eggs
basket,
in
yeah.
baskets. Yeah, it's a great idea. Now, if you thought that the gooey core and caramel M&Ms was groundbreaking, just wait until you try the crunchy cookie center of these bad boys. It's cookies and cream crunchy M&Ms.
Yeah.
It's fake.
Really? Let
Yeah.
me see the picture. Let me see it.
Well, the picture, you would have got it because it's an ice cream cookie M&M sandwich.
Oh, yeah, I would have been like, that's not
cookies
right.
and cream.
Yeah, I would have been like,
No,
what the
no,
heck
no.
is that?
All right, we'll give you a couple more and then we'll move on.
Ready.
Thanksgiving will never be the same.
No.
Not now with these pecan pies. Do you say pecan or pecan?
Pecans.
Pecan pie?
Pecans.
Pecan?
Pecan.
Pecan?
Pecan.
Pecan.
It's a pecan.
Pecan. Pecan.
Pecan.
Pecan. Pecan
candied
pie.
pecans.
Pecan pie. I don't know what
And
I
that is
say.
the worst pie for you.
It's nuts. It's not a pie.
It's just a...
It's nuts. Listen,
But
I know Ryan listens to this too, so let me pick some bones
he
with
likes
him.
Toll House pie.
That's not a pie.
Toll House pie?
That's a giant cookie.
It's a pie. There's a pie recipe.
When you order a Pizookie from BJ's or wherever your local Pizookies are found, Pizookies is
Pizza cookies
a cookie with ice cream on top. It's a big cookie in a pan.
in a skillet.
That's basically what a Toll House pie is.
Kind of.
I think.
It's
okay,
wrong.
so what's the
Whatever
difference?
you think
What makes something a fruit versus a vegetable?
Seeds.
Yes. I think what makes something a pie versus not a pie is fruit.
What about pumpkin pie?
Pumpkins
I
have
guess
seeds.
technically a
Pumpkins
fruit,
are
huh?
fruit.
What about...
Technically, I think they're a gourd. I think that's true.
What about like a chocolate mousse pie?
No,
It's still a pie.
it's a dessert.
It's not a cake. It's a pie.
So what's the difference between a chocolate mousse pie and a chocolate cheesecake?
There's cheese, like cream cheese.
That doesn't make it
I
a
actually
cake
don't know
versus
how
a
you
pie.
make a cheesecake, but I assume that there's cheese.
And I thought maybe the crust, but cheesecake has a crust.
But cheesecake is cheesecake. And that's not a pie. Although that's closer to pie than it is cake, even though the cake
That's
in the
what I'm
name.
saying. Look, a chicken pot pie is not a pie. We all
mean,
understand that.
It is a pie.
No,
It's a savory pie.
it's yes.
You can have savory and sweet.
We're talking about dessert pies. Don't change the subject.
Well, then don't bring in the savory.
I'll bring in the savory whenever.
Get out of here.
I think it has to be fruit. And let me give you my definitive ranking of pies.
Key lime and cherry are at the top.
They're definitely
I don't
up
know
there.
in what order.
I actually don't know either because I don't usually think in these terms. But yes, key lime and lemon meringue, those are high up there. Cherry's high up there, but low on the high. Because banana cream, you need a lot of room for banana cream, baby. It is so
Your wife's
freaking
banana
good.
cream pie.
That's right. Peach pie, only outdone by peach cobbler, which is actually
Ooh,
better than
peach
peach
cobbler
pie.
is, yeah.
But peach has got to be up there. The bottoms, aside from the rhubarbs and the dumb
Chocolate.
things like that. Yeah, well, like blueberry pie, usually it's too liquidy.
Yeah. You're the better.
Apple pie is overrated. It's too humble. Even when you put a slice of
humble
cheese on
slice of
top of that.
apple
Do you know
pie.
Canadians put cheddar cheese on top of apple pie?
I do. I've never had it, but I think that's a little bit weird. Help
I've
me
had
understand.
it.
Christina, tell me why.
I've had it. It's fine, but it's not exciting. Anyway, that's my pie rant. Let me
Does it
give you
give
like
the savory to the sweet?
Not really. The cheddar isn't really strong enough to cut through, so it's more of like a new texture you get. You get some nose feel, some nose flavor from the cheese, but there's so much sugar and apple and crust and stuff in your mouth already that you don't get a lot of flavor.
I don't really like pie, so sorry.
It's still somehow we persevere in our marriage. All right, let me give you a couple more. How about the Golden Girls would love this one, a white cheesecake. You believe it? We're just talking about cheesecake.
No.
It is real.
No.
It's real.
Let me see a picture.
Okay, here you go. Here's a picture.
You can go.
Here you go. Oh my gosh, this is identical to the first one.
You don't have to go. Oh, okay. Oh, it is. What's the first one?
They just changed it to key lime pie.
That's so funny.
That's really funny. Well, now we've solved all the real and fake M&M things. I
kind of want to try some of these made up real ones. I know that they're actually real, but I kind of want to try them to be like, are they good?
You're talking about the real ones, not the made up ones.
Yeah, the real ones.
We can taste test.
Somebody
if you
can make
want.
the fake ones.
I'm sure it makes for great audio experience to just listen to us.
You have to describe the mouth feels.
Okay, done.
And the other senses.
Once we're done with our house, we'll buy
some
M&Ms. I'm sure we're not going to do that, guys. We never follow through. We never follow through.
I follow through.
We do follow through on doing a show every single week, though. It's pretty incredible.
So that's pretty cool.
But we never circle back on the stories we say we're going to circle back on.
Sometimes we do.
We never found the moonshine.
We did find the moonshine.
Yeah, we did actually find it, but it was so much, and it felt like too much.
Enough people had already tried it and told us that it wasn't worth it, so we were like,
yeah.
No.
So I got another story for you, and I warned you. Like, lots of stories. Let's go. I just got distracted. Not distracted, but the stories just kept sparking things, just like the M&M one sparked this one. So here's this article. It's called "Once You Pop, You Can't Stop. Serial thief caught after stealing 17 Pringles tubes."
Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
So here's the highlights of this. First of all, this dude's been stealing stuff all over the place.
I'm
going to say, oh yeah, it's in England. Hear me out, though. He went to like a gas station.
Uh-huh.
And he stole 17 tubes of Pringles.
Okay.
Can you imagine even trying to just hold 17 cans of Pringles?
No.
Yeah, like how do you try to...
They all slip out because they're just tubes.
Yeah.
You got to like build a base and then stack them.
But how do you sneak out?
I don't know.
With 17 cans.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess if you wore baggy enough pants, you could like slide them up your pants.
I think, yeah, people do that. I don't think they slide them up. I think they slide them down.
But do you know what I mean?
Can you imagine someone's walking out, can't even bend their knees because they got so many
arms,
Pringles
they're
cans?
Like, I'm just leaving.
Oh, thank you. This has been lovely. No purchases for me today. So that's the first thing.
Okay.
The second thing is when he got arrested, that was his literal quote. They said, "Why did you do it?" And he said, "Once you pop, you can't stop."
No, it's not.
Yes. And I love that for him because to find a moment to say something stupid like that, that is a level of commitment to the bit that
Please don't do that. I don't need you committed.
I have to respect.
You can respect it, but you don't need to do it.
I have to respect. No, I'm not.
And for those of you that are too young, that was like a popular 90s or early 2000s commercial.
Yeah, once you pop, the fun don't stop. That was the slogan for Pringles. And maybe it still is. I don't know. But can we also say, I'm so sorry, can we also say that Pringles are terrible? Pringles are literally just like the leftover pieces of chips. They're the particle board of chips.
They're good to make a duck face, like a literal duck face.
Yes,
like you have two that you put and you go, Wah!
So next time we're going to come in with M&Ms and Pringles, and Kellie's going to do the whole show as the duck.
Yeah, and I'll like feed the
M&M.
Well,
I can try to throw them through the duck mouth from here.
So watch. Just kidding.
Yeah, watch that episode. So I liked this because I thought it was funny, but it also got my gears turning. It's very weird to steal 17 cans of Pringles. Mm-hmm. What other weird things have been stolen?
Okay.
So I've got a list.
All right.
And it's not a true or false, real or fake.
It just is.
It just is what it is.
But only if they're fun slogans will I listen.
Oh, geez. Well, let me scroll.
I'm just kidding.
First one was a 4-meter long sperm whale skull. 4 meters. That's like 12 feet.
How?
There's not a lot of explanation other than it was taken from Australia, from the Eden Killer Whale Museum and the perps at large is what it says. So it hasn't been retrieved.
Seems like you need to have some better security.
Right? Someone stole $42,500 worth of calculators, a truck full of cooking oil, $50,000 in Botox and other cosmetic drugs.
They're going to do it themselves?
I mean, there's got to be a retail market for Botox and stuff, right?
Sure.
A Santa Claus statue from Greenville, South Carolina. A Santa statue was taken from a restaurant display that showed Santa cooking the Grinch. The thief returned the statue along with roses and an apology.
So what was the point? He's like, I just want to show my friends. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Actually, what it says is he just wanted to show his friends, and he said he would be right back.
BRB.
This is interesting, having worked in chicken. 11,000 plus cases of chicken wings.
That's heavy.
Worth $1.5 million.
They're normally frozen, y'all. That's heavy.
That is heavy. Allegedly ordered by an administrator during the pandemic using district money, then resold. The schools don't actually serve wings. So this was at a school, Harvey School District in Illinois. How about a truck full of potato chips worth $1.2 million?
What type of chips?
They're called Simba, and it would happen in South Africa. Shout out to Shim.
Oh, I've heard some of it about those chips.
Yeah, one man was caught in the act. He described 2 accomplices who are missing and presumed salty. This article's so stupid. An R2-D2 statue worth up to $10,000 was stolen from Walt Disney World in Orlando. The man caught removing the droid claimed to be a security guard. No, a security guard job applicant. It's like, are you with security? You're like, I'm applying to be with security. I'm
trying
security.
to show you how easy it is to steal something and then I can figure it out and fix it for you.
That's probably what he did.
Yeah.
I used to want to do that. I used to want to like go to management and stores and be like, hey, I want to try to steal stuff and show you the weaknesses in your security. This was actually not something I wanted to do. It was just an idea I had one time.
You'd have to,
because I'm pretty sure I could steal a lot of stuff.
You'd have to go to like the manager. Oh, so sorry. I'm back. You have to go to like the manager and ask if he can do that because you couldn't tell the employees because then the employees would know
you
who
go to
look
like the
for.
top. Yeah. But you'd have to try to steal big ticket items like huge 70-inch TVs, wheelbarrows.
Walk out with them.
Yeah.
I brought my own wheelbarrow.
I brought this from home. Sir,
this TV, I tried to return it and
it didn't work.
You didn't, yeah.
I have a receipt. It's a receipt.
It's a receipt.
How about this? You wouldn't care about this. 1,240 cases of crab worth $732,000 were stolen in Washington. Yeah. You think that's bad? Gary, the 8-foot gorilla statue worth more than 3,000 euros or pounds. I'm not sure what that symbol is. Yeah. Stolen from Scotland. Stolen from a garden center. Later 8-foot gorilla statue sightings were determined not to have been Gary.
Are you sure?
Boy, that's a spot-on Scottish accent, isn't it?
I think it's Gary in the morning.
Is that like a morning show?
No, I don't know. But
it's Gary in the morning. He's an 8-foot gorilla who doesn't take crap from anyone. Let's see a couple other ones. $1 million in signed Kobe Bryant shoes and other memorabilia. Yep, that happened in LA, as you may have guessed. Truck full of frozen beef and pork worth $9 million. $250,000 in toothpaste. That seems like it's not going to have a lot of resale value. 3 boxes of Pokémon cards worth $500,000.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is an actual drawing, like an actual photo of it, but it looks weird. It
looks like Brooklyn drew it.
It does. There's only a couple more that I really thought were fun. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to let you find it.
Oh, I found it.
Okay, then go.
Oh, I come to the show prepared, girlfriend. Next, the catalytic converter.
Oh.
Shout out to Danielle and Randy. The catalytic converter of the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Isn't that awesome?
That's awesome.
Oh, it's so sad.
That's
Can you imagine you get up in the morning, get in your wiener-shaped car, doesn't start, only to find out someone took the catalytic converter. Happened in Vegas. A garage patched the hole, and the Wienermobile continued on to its scheduled event.
That's right. Has to be there.
No one can stop the Wienermobile.
Nope.
17.5 tons of olives. Don't know why anyone would want to do that. But there's one more that I thought you'd be interested in because of your love for this part of the world. Well, it's really this time period. 3 men were caught with digging equipment in a crane in an attempt to steal a 10-ton Ramses the Second statue in Egypt. Someone legit was like, I'm just going to steal the whole statue.
Where would you even take that to?
Probably your own pyramid, I'm guessing.
I know. It's just, some of that stuff is so weird. I go, all of that food that people like stole, I'm like, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah. What are you going to do with 12 trillion olives?
No, but some of the stuff that I'm like, it's frozen. I'm like, I know you don't have enough freezers in your house. And the amount of money it would cost for you to buy enough freezers to hold all that stuff is ridiculous.
Maybe they're carjacking. They're truck jacking.
Maybe.
To get like a refrigerated truck.
But
maybe that's what. Maybe they wanted a truck, but it just came with the olives or the chicken or the crab or whatever.
But also, then they would find the truck. So you'd have to ditch the truck anyway.
True.
So I'm just saying, do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing with all that stuff? You having a large cookout? Why aren't we invited?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go to the crab one, but the other ones.
Yeah, I want to go to your illegal stolen cookout.
I don't.
No.
But also, like, what are you doing with it?
But it'd be nice to be invited.
You join up with the Pringles dude?
We won't come unless the Pringles dude is there. Then we'll be like, quack, quack. We brought the M&Ms. We stole them. We brought 17 million pounds of M&Ms.
That's right.
All right, I have one more story for you before we get into some unpop pins. I think I've said that before. I think it's catching on.
Because once you pop, the fun don't stop with the pins.
This one I liked just because I like seeing ridiculous men have justice served upon them. And I'm not sure if we actually talked about this story or not on the show, or if we just talked about it together. But it keeps coming up, and I'm loving this.
Okay.
So first, the title. Chicago area man who sued women for bad-mouthing him on Facebook. Sentenced to 1 year in prison for tax fraud.
Great.
What
Love
goes
it.
around, comes around. So rather than getting into all the details of this, because it's kind of a longer article.
Give me the high points.
Did we? I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but we've talked about this Facebook group, this newish Facebook group of "Are we dating the same guy?" Do you remember us talking about that? So that's what happened. This dude, so sensitive, he was like posted on that group. Like, I guess you post a photo and people are like, "Yeah, like I dated him, stay away, whatever."
Yeah.
Kind of like the rate my professor of dating people.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? I'm not here to shame people, obviously. But if you're a crappy person and your reputation precedes you, I think it's okay that potential new dating victims could know that.
Yeah.
So I'm not bothered by this.
No.
He was.
Of course.
He found out he was on this group. And people were saying that. They're like, he was so nice at first and then he turned crazy.
Yeah.
And he was always flaunting how much money he had, all this stuff.
Maybe you don't do those things.
Always saying like, but you won't like my bad side. I love it when people are like that. They're like, oh man, you're so cool. And you're like, thanks. You're going to hate me if you find out who I really am.
Yeah, I'm like,
that's not alluring.
Yeah, then maybe be someone different.
Yeah, then maybe find someone different to be with because I'm not interested. So he gets mad and tries to sue these women for, they said like damage of reputation, doxing him, all of this stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Doesn't work out, at least so far. Well, it turns out he really is like a crappy dude.
Sounds right.
Because then he gets taken to court. They didn't say specifically, or at least I didn't see it, but he owed a bunch of back taxes because while he was bragging about all of his money,
he didn't have any.
He only reported $4,000 of income for like 2019 and 2020.
No way.
Yeah, and he inflated all of his charitable donations,
of course,
which he had truly none of.
Yeah, but
said he had a bunch of.
Sounds right.
And as well as write-offs and all that stuff.
Liar.
The judge said great stuff like the judge in terms of like his write-offs for mileage.
Yeah.
The judge said the miles you said you drove would have allowed you to drive to the moon and back. And he also said, you lied very badly. Like, your lies weren't even good.
Yeah.
The fact that you're going to seek a pardon, I find it inexplicable. Nailed it, third time. The remorse seems to be for getting caught more than anything else. The defendant dude, whose name I will leave out, says, I've established myself as a good family man. I go to church. I'm loyal to my faith. And then they proceeded to talk about how he didn't actually donate $75,000 to his church, that he's not actually even a part of the church, and he donated precisely $0 to the church.
That's right. Sounds right.
Yeah. So I just like, crappy people coming to justice.
Your just desserts.
Oh, yeah. And he's got ties to the mob.
Sounds right.
Yeah. They got into it a little
doesn't?
bit, but I was like, I don't need to say any mob people on the podcast. But yeah, who doesn't? Yeah, we all got some mob ties. But I was like, good is good. You sued these women because your feelings were hurt, because you were a jerk, and they called you out on it. And then the government was like, ladies, hold our beer.
Hold our beer. We're coming for you. You don't have reproductive rights, but we will get him for tax fraud.
Hey.
Sorry.
It's not a perfect trade-off, but... At least it's a little bit of something.
Sure.
All right, you ready for some unpop-a-pins? It's not working, is it? It's not working.
But yes, I am.
Unpop. I think the is the problem. Unpop-a-pins. Unpop pins?
No.
We'll work it out. We'll brainstorm it. No,
Sounds a lot like op-eds.
Yeah, you ready for some op-eds?
No.
Well, let me give you the first one. Are you familiar with the term Glizzies?
No.
You're not?
What made-up word is that?
Where's my phone? Here it is. Glizzies. So the first unpopular opinion is calling hot dogs Glizzies is weird.
Why do we call hot dogs Glizzies?
Well, we don't, but certain parts of the country do.
Oh, it's not like a hip term.
No, it's not like the youth is doing it. It's like people in Minnesota. Now, you may have forgotten this this video that I sent you when I found like the Glizzy King. Basically, Corey live if he never left the East Coast. So I'm going to show you this video just to remind you, and I'll put it on the podcast as well. This is a dude who's standing shirtless. He's got glasses on and a Roman helmet or something, maybe a space helmet tattooed on his chest. And he's called the Glizzy Gobbler. He's standing outside and he literally inhales 3 full hot dogs. Do you remember this?
No.
Go ahead. Right, from the side. No sleight of hand.
Yeah, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Glizzy Gobbler. I'm back at it again, slurping hot dogs in my parents' driveway. Up to no good on a Sunday. Ain't no sleight of hand. Tell them haters, get out of here. No sleeves, no shirt, no problem. 3 Glizzies.
Oh, no.
Where'd they go? Tell me I'm hiding them.
They're in your lungs, right? That's what everyone thinks.
Yeah. Oh, no. No.
This dude legit inhaled
That's
3 hot dogs.
crazy.
No buns, but you can hear the sound. It sounds like, remember in like movies where they have a mail system where you like put a tube in a pipe and it's like, voom.
I just want to know how you figure out that you can do that. Like, boys are crazy.
Yeah.
I just need y'all to know. Boys are crazy. The things that you guys are like, we should totally try that.
Yeah.
I'm like, a girl would never. Because I go, you could die.
Yeah. I mean, y'all are smarter, tend to live longer.
Yeah.
Because you're not, inhaling food.
Yeah.
That's worth just watching the podcast just to watch.
I'm just sorry. I just am like, how did you even figure out that you could do that? That you're like, yeah, I could totally inhale this thing and go right.
Didn't seem like he had a lot of other stuff going for him.
I know. I'm just saying.
Okay, so
the Glizzy Gobbler.
That's a terrible name too. It's rough, but I'm glad you didn't know about Glizzy or that people called hot dogs Glizzies.
Okay.
Because it sent me down another rabbit hole.
All right.
Of what food items.
Is there an unpopular opinion in that?
The unpopular opinion was calling hot dogs Glizzies is weird, which I agree with.
I agree with that. Okay.
So it sent me down a rabbit hole of what other food items, food and drink, like are called different things.
Like gherkins?
Like gherkins. Gherkles.
Gherkins.
Whatever it is.
They're pickles, but I do think I'll only refer to them as gherkins from this point forward.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to list some of the names of a food item, and you just jump in when you think you know what it is.
Okay.
Okay. First one.
I'm in the mood. I'm in the mode. What is it? Game mode. What?
Hero. Grinder. Po' boy.
That's a
Hoagie.
sandwich.
Yes, but what type of sandwich?
It's not a Philly cheesesteak, but
No.
I don't really know what a
A
hoagie.
hoagie,
Oh,
a
it's like a sub
grinder,
sandwich.
it's a submarine sandwich.
Sorry.
Yes, totally. Okay.
I was like, what is it? What is it?
This one's easier.
What do you think?
Used in the Midwest and the Pacific. What's up?
You said the first name of that was a hero? Like a hero?
Yeah, used in New York City, a hero.
Oh, okay. Hero sub. Okay.
In New Orleans calls them po' boys.
Yeah.
New England. Okay,
I'm ready.
Next, used in the Midwest and Pacific Northwest, they call it pop. Common in the South It is soda. Common in the South, they call it, do you know? What does Mandy call it?
Pop.
No. Maybe she does. Doesn't she call it Coke?
No, she does, but it's pop. She calls it pop.
In the South, they often just describe
it's all
carbonated.
Coke.
Yeah, it's all Coke.
It's all Coke.
Next, sometimes used interchangeably, particularly in the Midwest, hot cakes.
Pancakes.
Nice. And used in the Midwest and the South, flapjacks. Flapjacks. Now, this one is interesting. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Common term in the Midwest, elephant ears. Used in parts of Canada and
They're
occasionally...
those cookies.
Nope. Occasionally in the northern U.S. regions, they call them beaver tails. They're also called fried dough or widely used in most of the U.S., especially at fairs and carnivals. They're called funnel cakes.
I thought it was all funnel cakes because
Nope.
they come out of a funnel.
So it was actually categorically fried dough, but I thought we know it as funnel cake more.
cakes,
Yeah.
yeah.
But to call it elephant ears or beaver tails, never heard of that before.
Never heard of that.
Okay, just a couple more, like 5 more. Let's see. Used in parts of the Midwest, particularly in Iowa. I don't know why I said that as if that was relevant to you. They call them a tavern sandwich. Also found in the Midwest, especially in Iowa.
Cheeseburgers?
Nope. They call it a loose meat sandwich.
Is this a Philly cheesesteak?
Nope.
Just a ham sandwich or a roast beef
No,
sandwich?
think a loose meat sandwich. It's just kind of all over the place. It's messy. It's a messy Joseph.
Like a barbecue type sandwich?
Yeah, kind of. I guess
pulled
it
pork?
could be. No, it's more cafeteria than that.
A sloppy Joe?
Yes, it's a sloppy
Okay.
Joe.
I
I
was
called it
like,
a messy Joseph.
Oh, messy Joseph. I was like,
All right, this next one only has one other term. It's a term used in the upper Midwest, particularly in Minnesota. In North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Oh, wow. North Dakota, wow.
Mouthful of marbles. I can't do it.
They call it a hot dish. I knew
Hash
you
browns?
wouldn't get this. That's a great, it's not a close guess, but a great guess. This would be something that's,
They're all hot dishes. Every dinner I make is a hot dish.
yeah, but you might bring a hot dish to a potluck.
Like mac and cheese.
Especially if you were maybe an older generation where you're like, what's in my fridge? Okay.
Casserole.
Yes, it's a casserole.
It's a casserole.
It's a hot dish.
A hot dish.
And if you're in Minnesota and you don't like a casserole, you go, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
I learned a lot for that one audition. Next up, 3 left. A proprietary name used by Dunkin' Donuts. They call them munchkins.
Oh, they're like donut holes.
Yeah. Or a proprietary name used by Tim Hortons in Canada, Timbits.
Gross. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, moving on.
Gross.
How about this? Commonly used in the Midwest and New England, they call it a freeze pop. But in parts of the
Popsicle.
Northeast, it's an ice pop, and we call it a popsicle.
A popsicle.
Last one.
And they don't call that in the UK. They call it something different too.
Oh, I was strictly putting together
I know.
a U.S. game.
It'd be interesting if it was outside of that too. Because
I can do that. That's
yeah, I think
fun.
it's the names they have for things make more sense than our names.
Yeah, I agree with that. Wait, do I? Gherkin?
Sometimes.
Argy
Sometimes they
bargy?
do. Sometimes they do.
Last one. A term used in Rhode Island, cabinet.
Is it a food?
Yeah, it's a drink. Common in New England, particularly in Massachusetts.
Long Island iced tea.
They call it a frappe or a frappy.
Frappuccino.
Call back to earlier.
A frappuccino.
A cabinet,
A smoothie.
a frappy. Close. Ooh, girl. You are right.
Blended beverage.
More specific than that, but
A
it is
fruit.
blended.
Is it a fruit? That's what
It can have
smoothie is.
fruit.
I don't know.
It's a milkshake, girl.
Oh, a milkshake. Grr.
Bringing all the boys to the
A
yard.
cabinet.
That's what it says.
It's a dumb name. You people.
You Rhode Islanders.
Islanders.
In a frappe. Or-
Help me understand. Why do you call it a cabinet?
I don't know.
Maybe it's just a
I wanted to put one of these together with just items. You know how like
yeah.
like at the grocery store, we call it a cart,
But it's called a
buggy, or a trolley,
other places, or like your car. We call our trunk the trunk, but other places it's called a boot.
the boot.
Or
I was in Australia once and someone's car horn was broken and we were like trying to help him out. And he was like, I can't fix the hooter. And my buddy Justin was dying. He's like, the what? The
Oh,
hooter.
hooter.
Yeah, it's called a hooter.
Called a hooter. Yeah.
Just a single hooter.
I think South Africa, they call it that too, like a hooter. And they also call like the lights, like the traffic lights. You know what they call them?
Robots.
Yeah. Robots. Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of outdated now when you consider all the robots that we actually do have.
Yeah, exactly.
But you gotta stop at the robot.
It definitely sounds like something like in a city or a state or a country that had like nothing, and then they're like, traffic lights are the first electronic thing.
Robots.
The robots are coming. Yeah, this is huge. I don't know. Let's go back to stop
Simon's
signs.
gonna tell us why they do it. Watch.
Hey, I've got an unpopular opinion that really I'm curious your opinion on, less so than mine. Wedding showers are an outdated tradition that need to end.
Like a bridal shower?
I suppose so.
I don't necessarily think so.
You like them?
I don't mind them. Get free things. Yes, I said it.
You don't get free things. One
People
time
gift
you do.
stuff.
Yeah, once.
Yeah.
But for the amount of ones that you have to go to or put together.
I don't really have to do that anymore, so I don't really care.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Well, here's the
Keep
deal.
them here. Keep them around.
Here's the deal. Traditionally, bridal showers are something that you do where you invite all of the females that you invited to the wedding to come and hang out for an afternoon.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice because it's kind of like the last time you get to see all these people before you're married. And let's be real, when you get married,
You'll never see them again.
yeah, that's not true. When you get married, like your life changes for a bit and you're figuring out a new normal, you know? And so you don't always get to see all the people that you see all the time. It's just different. So there's something nice about it, giving like your last,
Like a bachelor party?
well, that's different. But like kind of having your last hurrah as,
A single
for
person?
me, a Sweeney. Yeah.
As a single person?
You were there though at the end of mine. I liked mine. I thought it was fun.
All right, cool. Well, I have nothing to add because I've never really been.
I don't think that I understand why people might think it's outdated. I don't know. I enjoyed mine.
You ready to get deep for like 2-3 minutes?
Yeah.
Speaking of like weddings.
Sorry, that wasn't
and-
quite the answer that you probably wanted.
No,
but
honestly, I was just curious. I had no real understanding. I thought maybe you'd be like, yes, I'm tired of them. But since you're not, cool, we'll move on.
No.
Unconditional love is not a good thing and opens you up to abuse.
That's a deep question, babe.
I told you. And we only got to be there for a minute or two. I actually agree with this.
Yeah, I do. I don't think that anybody gives, except for dogs. I don't think anybody gives unconditional love.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think even you and I do think it's weird because I can look at you and be like, yeah, I love you unconditionally and vice versa. But that's not true. There are some conditions that we've made as we entered into our marriage of like, I'm never going to hit you. You're never going to hit me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm never going to sleep with another guy or girl and vice versa. And if those things happened, while I don't think I'd stop loving you, I would definitely be more angry.
Sure.
Not more angry. I would just be,
She's already pretty
be
mad.
more angry. I would just like, there would be
Consequences, results.
Yeah.
Change.
I think unconditional is a weird term that we have because I don't think anybody loves anything unconditionally minus dogs. But even that, like,
Yeah, I mean, there's conditions there. You
Yeah.
beat the crap out of a dog, and it's
and they still might love you.
yeah, that's a bad example. Well, actually,
No,
it's
it's a
the
great-
example that proves the point, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
But like humans aren't built that way. I think in a different lifetime we were. Like if you think back,
Yeah.
Different generations. I think we are no longer that generation that just loves unconditionally.
Well,
I think
don't-
you can
yeah.
start off that way, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I know,
No,
but I
good.
think all of us have expectations or things that we're like, yes, this is how I should be treated, and if you don't treat me that way, especially now, I think we're like, you don't deserve my love, and you don't deserve my love, affection, time, any of that stuff. If you're going to do this,
Right.
you know,
Yeah, you know what's interesting is I don't want to get in too deep since it's hardly working, not working through it. But that was something I always struggled with in church was the idea that we always heard about God's unconditional love, his unchanging unconditional love.
Yeah.
And I always was like, but that's not what it is at all.
Yeah.
It's actually completely conditional. And the condition is whether you choose to accept Jesus into your life.
Yeah.
Like it is by definition not unconditional love. Unconditional love is I love you so much that no matter what you do,
Yeah.
I still love you. So I always struggled with that. But I also saw a lot.
Sorry.
I not in church, but in the relationships, including relationships of my own, from church relationships, that idea of unconditional love. Like even in my first marriage, it was like there was no other option. Like you stay together. It's unconditional. And that does
That
leave.
didn't work out, did it?
No, but it's I think better that it didn't work out
For sure.
than sticking around and being like, I unconditionally committed to this person that
There's nothing you
whatever it
could
is.
do that would be bad enough for me to leave.
yeah, isn't
And I
that
think
horrible?
that's unsafe and unhealthy.
Imagine telling our kid that, like, Brooklyn, if you're in a relationship with a man, there's nothing that he can do to you that would be bad enough to make you stop loving him.
Yeah.
So just tolerate it.
Yeah.
Like I struggle with that. So I actually agree with this, that unconditional love is not a good thing. First of all, much like the honeymoon phase that we talked about in season 1, I don't think unconditional love exists. Not even with animals. I think that's the closest thing, but I don't even know what love is to animals. We're talking about just specifically humans. I don't think anyone can unconditionally love somebody.
Yeah.
Or at least not in the way that I've seen. Because Ramdas talked about it. He's like, to unconditionally love someone means that if you're married to someone and you're like, I love you unconditionally, and that person goes, okay, well, I'd rather be with that person.
Yeah.
Then you go, maybe there are some conditions.
Yeah.
If you love someone unconditionally, I love you unconditionally. Well, his example was, I'd like to take this knife and drive it through your gut.
Will you still love me?
Yeah, and it's like, I don't
No.
think I'd love. Yeah,
Not
Like,
anymore.
We all have limits and
Yeah.
boundaries and borders, and I think that is a really good and healthy thing.
Yeah. And I think it's the first time in the world that we were talking about it more, and people are being more open about like that it's not okay to be treated a certain way, and that you can stick up for yourself and you can stand up for yourself.
And being so connected with social media and stuff in the World Wide Web,
Yeah.
not only are more people talking about it, but the platform is bigger and it's easier to find other people who have gone through it.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. Like a lot of people started talking to me about their relationships when they had found out that I had been divorced, because they were like, thank God somebody that
Yeah.
might have some insight on this.
Yeah.
And I never put myself out there as a person that should be talked to or an expert by any means with this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but it was like somebody else, no one else is talking about this. It's a huge thing in my life. I can talk to him about it.
Yeah.
And many people did. And I think it's a good thing. Just like the dude we were talking about earlier, who was like, was a bad dude to date and was mad that people were talking about it. I think bad behavior should be acknowledged.
Yeah.
And people shouldn't be able just to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, the world is changing, and especially with the way that social media is nowadays. Like, you can't do anything now. You can't get away with as much stuff as you could 20 years ago, even 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And with AI,
Yeah.
it's going to be even less possible. There's cameras on everybody's front door. There's cameras in everybody's pockets. People can find out who you are just by running your voice through something or putting your picture, not just on a Facebook group, but we saw it with me when we were seeing what companies were putting me on their rosters. Or you can just take a photo of yourself and put it in a website, and it'll show you where your photos, not just the
Yeah.
photo you posted in there, but any photo of you is and who's like posting it and putting it
Yeah.
places. Like, yeah, time's up for
Crazy.
people's bad
Yeah.
behavior.
oh, yeah. And I'm here for it.
Me too. Okay, I got one more thing before we wrap it up,
Okay.
but you're going to have to do it.
What is it?
The last unpopular opinion is the word moist isn't
Moist.
that bad.
It's not.
I agree.
Moist.
So this is going to be very triggering for maybe everyone.
Moist.
This is a list that I put together of 10 other words that people struggle with in the same way that they struggle with hearing the word moist. I don't know if can't remember if I just put the words or the reasons, but you can
Yeah.
read any or all of them. This, for your listening pleasure, to ruin the end of this episode, is a list of 10 other words that gross people
Would you
out.
like me to give the definition?
Yeah. It's not the definition, it's an explanation.
Should I give the explanation and then the word?
It's all up to you, girl, however you want to host this.
Panties.
Well, when you say it like that, it's kind of enticing.
Considered uncomfortable or overly intimate. I disagree. But
How about this?
it's fine.
Hold on, wait. Panties.
Panties. Chunky.
Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Evokes unpleasant imagery or a sense of heaviness.
I never
That's
thought
weird.
of chunky that way. I mean, I use the word chunky a lot, describing like, remember yesterday, I was like, that car looks like it's huge. It's really chunky.
Yeah. I think of it more like those chunky bits and like this
Oh, like
chili.
in milk?
or like, okay.
Ooh,
Or
we
that.
got there. We got to the gross
Different.
chunky. Okay.
Curd. That's one that I would associate with the milk. Associated with lumpy textures and sour milk. Curd.
Curd, but it sounds like turd and curdled.
Curdled. Yeah, but sure.
I think it is. Isn't that where the word curd comes from? Like cheese curd?
Yeah, it's a curd.
It occurred.
A curd turd.
Next one.
Slacks.
That was weird
Perceived as old-fashioned or awkward. How about trousers?
to me. Trousers, I think, is worse than slacks,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
doesn't creep me out.
No, neither of them creep me out. Phlegm.
Phlegm's
Phlegm.
kind of gross.
Reminds people of mucus and illness. Well, that's because that's what
is.
phlegm is.
I think it's one of those onomatopoetic words where it
Yeah.
kind of sounds
Phlegm,
like
yeah.
what it is. Like, phlegm.
Secrete.
Secretes gross.
It's just all clinical. Connotes.
Yeah, it means,
It's
brings
weird.
the feelings of.
Connotes bodily fluids and secretion.
Yeah, I think
How
of
about
like
denotes?
pimple poppers and stuff.
Secrete mucus. Directly associated with, whatever. Bodily fluids. Ointment.
That's a fun one. What do you
Oint.
think of? Yeah, I think of pig. Ointment.
Pustule.
That's a gross one too. I don't like that.
An orifice.
Orifice is kind of nasty. So was that.
See,
verb, but I
none of these
apologize.
really bug me.
Really?
I think I'm just like, okay, guys. But I don't really have any words that I think
You
you
don't
could
have
say.
any words that bug you?
Not that I can think of. No, nothing really.
Let me see if I can throw some at you. I can't. I already put the list together.
Yeah, I know. You don't know. But no, I don't really think that I'm not really that type of person that saying a word like bugs me. I'm sure that there is probably one out there that you have said that does bug me, but I don't really know.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
But I'm not like moist, or what was the other one that a lot of people didn't like?
From this list?
No, it's not on the list.
I know. I'm trying to think of what that word is.
Is it start with a P?
I keep going to pustule.
Pleasure.
Pleasure?
People don't like the word pleasure.
That sounds like some suppressive stuff.
Probably. There's something else. I don't know. It just they never really bugged me. I'm like, it's all just words.
Yeah, it doesn't really bug me either.
I don't really know.
And hopefully it didn't bug you. And I
Oh,
hope you
it
have
did.
a moist
I'm just
week
kidding.
with ointment and pustules and
Coming out of your
them
orifice.
your
Says-
orify.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
how
when
do
you put them
pluralize
together,
that?
it does make a gross sentence. That's for sure.
Well, it is what it is.
Well, what are you looking forward to this week? I know you got a gig coming up at the end of
I
the
have a
week.
gig. I get to see Troy, which is exciting, and Ame is coming with me, which is exciting. I have therapy today. Woo woo! I'm
Yeah, you
excited
do.
about it. With Trisha, my favorite therapist ever. So I'm excited about that. The house is coming together. I'm super stoked to get that happening and coming together and all that stuff. And I'll see all the things that I've purchased work together or not. However it works out.
Yeah, a lot of building.
And truly, I'm looking forward to sleeping, resting, sleeping, taking a nap of sorts.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm sure you
Yeah.
are too.
Yeah, but we're pushing forward.
And what are you looking forward to?
I have a pretty.
And my grandma's in town. Sorry, my grandma
Oh, sure.
literally
You
is
can
flying
go.
in
You go.
today.
You go first.
And so I get to see grandma, or
Go
as
ahead.
Brooklyn calls her, Gigi Rose. Okay, go for it. Shut it.
Anything else? You got anything else?
Just excited about grandma coming.
Me too. Your grandma's in town, which is great. Sadly, my grandma is in the hospital.
Yeah.
She took a fall about a week ago, and so it's been a little
and go.
dicey, a little touch and go lately. So if you got any thoughts, prayers, good vibes, send them her way. Also, I didn't get to mention this. Had a lovely time with you, Nick, and Saman and Oliver the other day.
Yeah.
Little birthday celebration.
Yep.
Shem made my favorite pizza that she makes. It's a pesto-based goat cheese pizza, and it is. My mouth is literally watering.
You're like,
So
it's
good.
so good.
And margaritas. It was very fun.
Margarita.
We love those guys. And it was a fun time. I don't have a ton coming up, which is wonderful. It's been an insane season with work for me, and I'm grateful for it, but I'm also grateful to finally be home, to be getting the house stuff done. It's not just like tidying up. It is
Yeah.
like we're building a house.
Yeah.
So, and if I didn't get to say it very clearly earlier, but I'm so grateful for your dad, Mark, and
Oh,
your
yeah.
brother, Ryan, and your mom, who's putting in all the work. She's doing all of the work.
She is a great utility person. Like
She's
you are.
great, and I love having her over there. It's always such a lovely, lovely presence there.
Yeah.
But we couldn't have done any of this stuff without
no.
everybody's help. So we're so grateful. And we might be hearing about Windows here soon. We might be getting new
yeah, today.
Windows. Yeah, we'll see. So I'm not looking forward to anything in terms of gigs because I'm off this week. I've got some great meetings with some rather large movie studios today, which is very fun.
Woo-hoo.
Kind of a cool part of my life. And more on that later. But that's kind of it. And I think it's time to wrap this one up.
Yeah, but we love you guys, and we hope that you have an amazing week, and we hope that you spend most of your time hardly working. Bye.
How do we do that? How do we pick harmonized notes like two freaks?